Shalom, family. Glory be to God and blessed be the Lamb. Good morning, America Incorporated, an entity that should not even exist. They've lied to us from day one and had us believing that we live within a country. They all lied. Every politician for the last century has lied to you over and over and over as they tried to maintain the image of a government, of a country with rules and constitutions as out of the other side of their mouths. They were violating every tenet and every code and every policy and every law contained therein. And now exposure comes and they panic. They fear. They panic and they fear. They have flooded our lands, flooded them with human capital of all varieties, as if it is their land, as if they own it. They have forgotten who was here when they arrived. They have forgotten. They act as though they are not immigrants themselves, to the point that lesser immigrants believe that they are the owners of the country, the conquerors. You can't call them owners, you can call them conquerors. And on that land, and within the boundaries of it, they have built unto themselves empire under the guises of a country that is really a corporation that should not exist. And for the world to have any peace, it must not exist. United States, America, USA, aka Babylon, the place where everything goes with one common thread running through it. Every last one of them hate black people. It is the glue that binds outside of money. There is no other glue. Money and the hatred of black people binds the residents of the corporation. It binds them. The same people who benefit from the corporation are the very ones who will support pedophilia. Cannibalism, sexual assault, murder, rape. Each of them come from cultures that have already indulged in these things. I said it once and I said it and I will say it again. Black people are the only thing in this country culturally clean. If you had been allowed to develop outside of them, you would be a whole different people. Everything you have built, every city, every town, they have invaded through time. Some they had burned and killed everyone by the hundreds. Others they turned into lakes. Let's get the storylines straight here. Everyone wants to believe in their own narratives. No, let's get the storyline straight. They came, they seen civilizations. They found civilization. They didn't find teepees. They found civilization. Black people have given the world everything, all of it. None of them have really created anything that would actually impact the masses of the planet. Not one of them have. Not one of them. Not their scientists, not their doctors, not their engineers. Everything was already here. The foundation of the planet was already set from from metallurgy to woodworking to philosophy to mathematics, astrology. It was already here, created by Black people, and they've been living off of it ever since. That's not the point. The point is America is bound by both race, ism, and money. It doesn't matter that they hate each other, and they do, but they find common ground in hating you. They never stop to question why. Why do every culture on the planet hate you? Seems like they just looked out there and seen and then chose a winning team. White ideology, never understanding white ideology itself, meaning white supremacy, mind you. They don't understand any of those things. Most of them are from countries that are subpar as far as education. So it's hard for them to understand anything outside the confounds out of at best a eighth or ninth or 10th grade, relatively speaking, education. And yet, they seem not to grasp the reality of what's going on. You come to a country that was meant to be destroyed, said to be burned to the ground. You know why, right? You see why. You'll see everything that happens here in just Houston alone. Just Houston alone, multiplied by 52 states, each of them having multiple cities in it. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. There's not an ounce of morality here. And they all have their own idea of God, a God that obviously allows everything and forgives everything. Murder, rape, theft, mayhem, graft, corruption, the love of money, gambling, unbinded sex with strangers, all of this, drugs, alcohol, you name it. And yet, there's 50 gods here. 50, I could be embellishing. 50 different gods here. And yet, it's full of wickedness and sin. There's a church on every other block full of wickedness and sin. Well, how'd that play out? So which religion is in charge? I'm drifting a little bit because it's just a morning missive, a little wake-up call. I'm going to get to where I'm going eventually. But which one of these gods have done anything to help them? I mean, we have to be clear. All of these beliefs, how have they helped you? They haven't helped you. Else, if your beliefs had helped you, then you wouldn't be here. You would be happily in your home countries, content with your nice house, AC, plentiful food, clean water, and happy families. But that's not what your God gave you, is it? And yet you keep praying to it, praying and praying and praying, burning candles, burning incense. Oh, goodness gracious. Prostrate yourselves as you would. You may prostrate yourselves as you would, but unfortunately, the only God that has full representation upon this planet right now and forever will and always did is our God. It's self-evident. Yet they build monuments and they build statues and they build neighborhoods and communities, all of them bound by the glue of their understanding of their reality and their relationship with a God that has done absolutely nothing for them at all. Yet they pray. But when Black people prayed, and they prayed, and they prayed, and they prayed, and they prayed, their God answered. Their God answered. It's part of the reason that they hate you so much. You have to understand. Try to see what they see. They see you with full representation. And the only representation they themselves have is money, connections, networks, and good old flesh and bone. That's it. They operate within a vacuum of each other. There is no, just like there is no other Messiah coming. That would make the Creator a lie. They know that there's no Messiah coming. This is a ploy to keep their populations in some kind of order and some kind of control. There's nothing more than that. They have run this storyline to the end. The controlling authority is the Holy Bible. The Holy Bible, period. And it will be enforced word for word, verse for verse, chapter for chapter. And in this enforcement of it, many will die. Many false gods have already been slain. Already been slain. There is no other. So you keep burning incense and you keep burning candles and you keep doing whatever you're doing over there involving chicken necks and sheep and goat hooves and eye of newt. You keep doing what you're doing. He who worships a God created by the creator of everything, including so-called other gods. You guys are weird. I never knew there were so many gods, but now I'm drifting. Let's get back to America and its corporate. And all of this shit exists inside of a corporation posing as a country. That's weird. It's really weird when you stand back and look at it. It looks weird. It acts weird. I go out and they just look at us. I mean, can you imagine? They just look at you because you are a peculiar people. You're not like them and you can't be like them. Only they can be like them. Only they can understand them and the same would be in reverse as it comes to your understanding and your perspectives as Black people, as foundational Black Americans, as God's chosen, especially created for himself. You're not supposed to fit in, and you don't. And you don't. But let's give it one. You understand that we can't live with you anymore, right? I'm talking about the denizens of the United States, the denizens of this state, and the denizens of Houston. We can't live with you. It's unbearable living amongst you. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. There's no telling how you're going to take this. I'm sure every culture is going to take it in a way culturally bounded in their understanding of life. However, white people will understand. We can't live with you anymore. You are unbearable. It's like you don't see what's going on. It's like you are dead set on some type of plan here to just get rid of Black people. You don't have to get rid of us through death. You can just tell us to leave. And we're asking right now that you facilitate our departure. We can't live with you, don't want to live with you, never did, never will. We will never mix with you at a rate that will make any real difference in the on a sociological level in changing this attitude. It will never be. You don't like us. And we've learned not to like you. We've learned this over 400 years to act like we like you, to maintain some ability to survive amongst you. You're not lovable and you're not likable and you're not huggable. You're basically murderers and rapists, land grabbers, killers, wicked, wicked. And good people can never live amongst the wicked. Everything that black people have become and done is your fault, your interference, even up until now. Up until now. What makes you think that you had the right to dump thousands and thousands and thousands of people into the black communities of Houston? What made you think that that was okay? Let's explore that. Let's explore that. How many people did it take around the table on Zoom, networked in, conversating to come to the conclusion that basically said, we don't care if it harms you or not. We don't care how it harms you. And now it is murdering us. It's killing us. Black lifespan have have lost 20 years at your hands in this city alone. And yet you act like it's not there. Now they're putting black bodies out of the bayou system. And you still act like it's not there. So let's explore your thought process here. How do you think? Is it totally anti-black, or is it just that black people don't matter, or that you treat with such disregard that you just don't care? Let's explore that. B, because I want you to understand why things that love them hate you and want to hurt you right now. Not just you, but every human that's benefited off of a system built on black bodies and black backs. Now they seek to help white ideologues and white supremacists complete the program, end of the plan. Let's just kill them all. We've tried everything. We starved them. We've taken their land. We've bombed them, firebombed them, raped them, killed them, genocided them, ate them. God damn it, they're worse than cockroaches. They're worse than cockroaches. They just won't die. And we're not gonna die. You do understand that it's too late, right? It's too late. Let's stick on how you think. How do you think? What drives you hate? I'm not talking to white people. I'm talking to the rest of you who indulge, also known as the walking dead. Because you're going to be dead. You do understand this, right? And no God, and no ritual, and no flavor of incense or color of candle or belief is going to keep us off your ass. And by us, I mean source, body for body, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, life for life. And we are keeping count. We're keeping count. Do with that as you would. We are keeping count. You want to avoid racial conflict, but apparently your way of avoiding it is by slow motion genocide, by any means necessary, imposition of suffering, despair, hunger, destabilization, dislocation at the hands of others, causing much duress, stress, and stress plays out in all kinds of ways. But we're gonna that's not related to what I'm actually talking about here. Before we kill you, it's good to understand how you think, and by we I mean source, because eventually we have no choice but to kill you. You put us in this position of either you die and they live, or they die and you live. So we have chosen that they live and you die. Understand? God and the angels have also agreed. So if you're ready to do battle with gods and angels, we see we see how strong you are when it comes to unarmed, young, old, female, soft targets. We see how you fare, and you're pretty damn good at it too. We see how you fare against the people conditioned to not fight back, conditioned to fear you, conditioned to respect your authority. Conditioned is the word you should focus on here. Not conditioned by themselves, not conditioned by God. You put police in black schools, or minority schools, mostly black, as if they were the school shooters, rather than saturating white schools with the fucking police and producing more white school shooters. So again, I can't help but go back. This is, sir, this is an obvious mental illness. This is an obvious mental illness, no doubt, on a mass scale. On a mass scale, they all believe that they're going to stick their heads in the sand and believe that it's not me. I didn't do it. I mean, it's not our fault. But we're sitting here watching you partake in the largesse of stolen money, stolen land, stolen food, stolen power, stolen privilege, stolen benefit that have resulted in us having absolutely nothing and being vulnerable to the whims of every culture that currently occupies America. But I digress. I digress. We all know this. I would love to know what they talk about how they speak about Black America. I hate that word. I so hate that word because Black people have enemies that are Black. So I can't keep using that word Black Americans and giving them shelter and refuge while I'm removing the same shelter and refuge from my own, also known by coinage as Black. That's crazy, ain't it? All the obvious lies and intertwining of the narratives and lies, they're all thieves. Just like I said, by God's rule, not their God's rule. Apparently, because what God would allow them to just do the shit they do. Maybe their God hate Black people too. Fuck it. Cool. Cool. If I was their God, I would hate Black people because they don't have the power to show up and defend their people. They have to use human hands and lips and eyes to do little underhanded, sneaky, and sometimes deadly shit. This is as much power as their God has, obviously. Their God can bring the boom. And I'm not God, but my God is so powerful. He have relegated authority to myself to bring the boom, the real boom. Okay? And this is what they face. This is what they face. You know what? Quite honestly, I can't even figure out why they're still building. In the face of the reality, we've already said that we're going to smash it down. Why do you build? Why do you build? We're going to smash it down. This is self-evident. It's in the Bible. It says that you will build and we shall smash it down. And you will rebuild and we'll smash it down again. And then you'll rebuild. It's an ongoing cycle going back biblically a few thousand years here. Rome shall build, the Greeks shall build, also known as white people in Esau. They shall build and we shall break it apart. Then they'll build it again, then they'll break it apart again. And over this cycle, they shall hate us more and more and more and more, and they will hate everything we love. Everything we love, from Mother Nature to the Negro. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. Entire species have been disappeared at the hands of other humans that don't give a fuck about nothing but money, AC units, food in their belly, and what they otherwise call a happy, content life as the species disappeared one by one. One by one. You would be surprised. Some of them eaten out of existence. Eaten, imagine, eaten out of existence. Hunted and eaten unto goodness gracious. over and over and over and over. And these are the same denizens who are in full control of God's green planet, at least up until now. Like I said, up until now, we can't live with you. So I offered you, I haven't made you any offers. We haven't reached that level of negotiating yet. But I can assure you we will. I can assure you I'm going to bend you like a pipe until you see our point of view. And you will talk to me. You will talk to me, even if it comes to I have to destroy everything black that you talk to now, leaving you no other option but to talk to me. Get what I'm saying? Have those black people represented unto you gods? Do they speak in the name of God? Do they speak in the name of the Bible? Well, sir, once again, you're talking to the wrong black people. They represent themselves. You should understand this. And please understand this. You should never think that they represent God or God's people, ever. That would be a dangerous, dangerous proposition for you. Dangerous. Anyway. So where is all of this going? Because we can't live with you. Now, I made a suggestion starting 3 years ago. I came to the conclusion that we would be just where we are now. The impossibilities and the inability to live with your asses peacefully without being put upon, stole from, murdered, and otherwise violated. And I'm doing my best to keep it clean. So we can no longer live together. I came to this conclusion 3 years ago. The only way we could ever live amongst each other is that black people completely submit themselves to the new reality, which is 1950 style, that anyone can do anything to you, violate you in any way, and there's absolutely nothing that you can do about it. No redress legally, no redress civilly, and no redress politically, and no redress criminally. None. Who could ever live like that? That makes us slaves all over again. This time to people that we consider lesser than us, as we do you, lesser than us. Lesser. I know you don't like these kinds of terms and it's going to make you hate us, but you can't hate us any more than you already do. Your hate has a limit, like everything else in your life that you pretend exists, like love. There is no love for you. There is no love you can give, and there is no love you can accept, and there's no love you can receive. We both know this. It's make believe, it's pretend. And my people have learned from you how to engage in the same fucking behavior. All this and influence, we got to get away from you because that's all you. You've always done it. You've always done it. That's why all of your gods are make believe and they accept everything out of your flesh. Don't you get the connection? Our God doesn't accept anything out of our flesh. Nothing. Nothing. He calls the flesh filth. He calls the flesh a rag. He calls the flesh a bag of bone. He calls the flesh a vessel. Nothing. But here you are. Here you are, though. It's your favorite thing. Well, how else can your gods pay you off? Or they experience what you consider to be the pleasures of life. Largely filling your bellies, staying out of the inclement weather, and having sex. No more than that. No more than that, and no more is needed. And for that meager set of proclivities we have to pay. My people have to pay over and over and over and over and over again, to the point now we must act. We must act. We have no choice. We must act. Expect these actions, okay? Expect these things. This is like living, I mean, this has to be like it was in the 50s and the 40s and the 30s. I mean, it's kind of weirded out. It's kind of weirded out. See, you live under the guises of white supremacy. But what if I told you there was a such thing as black supremacy? That's very real and verifiable through genetics, study, by any measure of understanding. There is black supremacy, not white supremacy. White supremacy is structural, not inherited. It's structural. It's built in by politicians who brought you law and policies and then taught you what is illegal, what is not legal, what is right, what is wrong. They taught you everything. And now you believe it and you refuse to believe that your beliefs is under challenge. None of this will stand. You do understand that, right? None of this will stand. Will you please, again, get a Bible and just start reading Revelation? Consult a pastor, consult a theologian, consult someone who is learned in the understanding and the study of religion, which I hate that word because that Bible is not meant for religion. The first half is our history. The second half is an offering to Gentiles and a guidebook, and you're in. You get it? Do you get it now? And that's what you're living through now. It's enforcement. So all other gods need to step up. Need to step up because we are enforcing ours, because the earth is ours, along with the wind and the water and the rain and the thunder and the animals that you fill your bellies with. The poor animals. God gave them dominion over you. And the first thing that they could think about is stuffing you inside their fucking face. Battered, creamed, fried, boiled, sauteed. And you know what the sad part of it is? I mean, they have us doing it too, but you know what the sad part of it is? They they were never built to even eat meat. They were never built to even eat flesh. You can smell the flesh on them actually. I mean, trust me, it's like I can smell the pork on those who indulge in pork. I can smell it if you eat enough of it. Well, it's the same for them. These are flesh eaters. I mean, it's not that anyway, I am so drifting. I'm so drifting. I made you suggestions. What you thought then? That I would forget that I smoked a joint and it's just so much jibber jabbish anyway, I was making you a suggestion. Self-determination, separation, reparations. Self-determination, separation, reparation. This is a suggestion at this point. But if you do some thinking, and if you truly wanted peace, not the kind that you have right now, because right now you're walking on a powder keg. You're walking on a floor that have an inch of gasoline on it in every room. The fumes fill the house. If anyone finds a match, anybody, one wrong move, kaboom, kaboom, and it can't be maintained because you can't keep killing us and no one goes to jail. No, eventually we're going to start killing your asses back. and refuse to go to jail. We are going to take the privilege that you have given unto each other by force, if necessary. Please hear the words out of my mouth, because I'm not just whistling Dixie. Why they call me leader, right? For a reason. You do understand they call me that, right? Then I lead. Then I lead. And we have no choice. I'm just letting you know. You can act like this isn't there. You can continue with your behavior. You can continue with your pretentiousness. You can continue with your maintenance of order. But I'm telling you, we're going to step in now. Enough. Enough. How many of us are you going to kill because you don't want to entertain the obvious? And the obvious is separation. How many should die? 100, 200, 300 to placate you and the new people here? How many? 300 a year? 400? I'm talking about just Houston. 200, 300. At current count, you're at least at 110 in 8 fucking months. We ain't even looked at 2025, 2024, 2023, 2022, 21, or 20. Over 110. And city council, HPD, the sheriff's department, law enforcement agencies of all ilks with investigative power shows absolutely no interest at all. So, this is what we're dealing with, and this is what you're dealing with, albeit from a different perspective. But we don't care about your perspective because you're not the one dying. You're not the one disappearing. Okay? You're not the one dying. You're not the one destabilized. You're not the one disappearing. So when I start to get up in your ass, I'm going to be getting up in your ass. Understand this. Please understand this. The rest of you who believe in God, move. I said this yesterday. You need to figure out a way to start removing yourself spiritually and psychologically and emotionally at the very least. And if you have the money and the means, get out the way. Because this is not going to be fucking nice. It's not going to be nice at all. At all. Because we have no choice. It seems to me the powers that be and the rest of the denizens or residents of Houston have decided our fate. They've made this uninhabitable for us. I would think they did the same thing in El Paso, San Antonio, Los Angeles. And these are all our other minds who intellectually are my inferior. Period. Period. But you don't have to be smart to kill people. You don't have to be smart to harm and be wicked. You just have to have the willingness to do it. And as I proffered to you earlier, whatever they think of as God has no problem with it at all. That's why their gods are dead. They haven't made the connection that your God is you. You're stupid. You are your God. You are your God. You can erect monuments, statues, build busts, symbols. They'll still all be dead. You're dealing with a living God now, not a historical factor, not a cultural manifestation of one's self. as in flesh and bone, which is what your gods are, manifestations of the evils within yourself. Good luck and good day. I am source. I am seven. I am one.